Hey everybody, and welcome back to Amanda Marie NP. We're here on my channel. I'm on a journey getting my family nurse practitioner. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're on a similar journey. After all, I'm just an average Jane doing my thing, and I would love for you to come along this journey with me. So today I wanted to do an ANCC and AANP board review. This is going to be just quick and simple, but I think the tips and tricks that I share with you, just this repetitive pattern for pediatric developmental milestones specifically, is really going to help you to commit these things to memory. And after all, we need simple and easy so that when we go and sit down for that board exam, it all comes flooding back to us and we know exactly what they are asking in these questions. So I think if you use the number 3 and the letter S, if you just use this very simple pattern that you see on the screen in front of you right now, you're going to be able to get all of these questions right on the very first try. So if you happen to have a piece of paper next to you, go ahead and get a notebook and a pencil and write down this pattern, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So as you can see, we're counting by threes. And if you remember the threes and the letter S, I think you're going to get all of these answers correctly. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Our first developmental milestone is, at what age can a baby sit unassisted? So we're thinking about the number 3, and our very first milestone is going to be accomplished. S equals 6. Sit unassisted at 6 months old. Sit unassisted at 6 months old. Now we're going to just continuously build, counting by threes, for the rest of these milestones. Just sit back and watch how simple this is. And speaking of sitting down to take that board exam, if you want to know what I'm going to plan on putting on my dump sheet, go ahead and comment below, because this is one thing that I think is really going to be helpful, is knowing what exactly to put on your dump sheet. And if you're not familiar with what a dump sheet is, definitely comment that below so that we can talk about that. So when should the baby be able to stand? So we sit at 6 months and we stand at 9 months. 6 plus 3, and our repetitive pattern is then 9 months old. Next up, when should they say mama and dada intentionally? So we sit at 6 months, stand at 9 months. 9 plus 3 is 12. Don't you see how incredibly simple this 3 pattern is? And it really is helpful to commit this information to memory. Next, when should they start to walk? Sit at 3, stand at 6, say at 9, start, S equals start, to walk at, of course, 12 months old. And this one is a range, so keep this range in your mind, 12 to 17. We're going to build on that. The next pediatric developmental milestone we have is, at what age should they hold a spoon? S equals spoon. And this is going to be another range for you. And where do you think that range is going to start? If our last one started at 12 months, well, the next one then is going to start at 15 months. 12 plus 3 is 15, and our range is 15 to 18. Our last range ended at 17. One more milestone up, we have 17 to 18. Just such a very simple pattern to follow. This next is a cluster of 3 developmental milestones. So they can copy a circle, they can throw a ball, and they can ride a tricycle. 3, 3, 3. Next, a little bit of a more tedious, intentional developmental milestone that we're talking about here is drawing a cross. If they can do some of those more simple tasks at 3, well, just a smidge up to the next age, and you're going to see that at age 4, they can draw a cross. Next, I have for you ride an actual bike. So we did a bunch of things at 3, we did another thing at 4. So if we're following a very simple pattern, we would then just know that they can ride an actual bike between 5 and 6 years old. And the very last pediatric developmental milestone I wanted to touch on in this video. And if you got any types of tips or tricks, or you like this pattern of 3 and your brain kind of works that way, go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. So our last one is separation anxiety, which we know is a huge developmental milestone. And we're going to keep with that pattern of 3s. And if they ride an actual bike between 5 and 6 years old, you can just think to yourself, we're staying with the 3s. This is going to happen around 9 months of age. Thank you so very much for watching my ANCC AANP board review. If you're on a journey of healthcare of any kind, I'm sure that you will enjoy this channel. So make sure that you don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you, my friends, in the very next video.